Your arrival at this moment is most fortuitous, outsider. Come, help me teach these wayward clans how to behave like proper warriors of the Reach.
Okay, what help do you need?
These two clan chiefs brought their children to participate in the rite of handfasting. Once they receive my blessing, they can announce their intention to marry and unite these clans in kinship. I'd like you to help me give that blessing.
Why do you... Okay, why do you need a blessing?
It's not so much a matter of need as of instruction. I want your example to teach these clans how to put aside their differences and get along. Present yourself to the betrothed, Eslin and Modern, and wish them goodwill. That should suffice.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna offer my blessings to him.
Eslin and Modern wait to the north, at the handfasting cave. We isolate them for a time, so they can learn about one another. Hopefully they haven't killed each other. Go and offer your blessing. Then return to me and your task will be done.
What's handfasting exactly? Is it like marriage?
A betrothal announcement in a sense. It is how we let the folk of the Reach know that our wedding nears, that two clans will be brought together. As is custom, Eslin and Modern are isolated in the handfasting cave nearby, getting acquainted.
So they're getting... So this is arranged marriage, huh?
You sound surprised.
Yeah.
Is that not how marriages are arranged where you come from? They belong to different clans, clans that do not get along. I have brought them to this place of meeting to work out a marriage that will benefit both clans.
So are you in charge of all clans then?
All clans? No. But a number of the smaller clans recognize my experience and authority. They pledge fealty and rely on me to help them settle differences when they arise. And should an emergency present itself, they would turn to me to lead them.
Emergency then.
Even an outsider must know that there is strength in numbers, but clan chiefs have a hard time cooperating. In extreme circumstances, they temporarily cede their authority to a chief of chiefs. With this marriage, I hope to end an ancient feud.
But why are they in a feud?
You picked up on that, did you? All you need to know at the moment is that the Eagle Seer and Sixford clans have been at odds for generations.
Why?
I hope to dampen those tensions by joining the clans in marriage.
Talk to Evok first.
The Chief of Chiefs is crafty, I'll give her that. Using an outsider to shame the Six Fords, and us too, I suppose. Not the best way to start a marriage, but I've seen worse.
You seem like kind of indifferent to this, huh?
Chief Eagle Seer is my brother. I love him and his daughter dearly, but this feud has been going on since longer than anyone can remember. Not even the Vatishrans know how it started. This attempt at a reconciliation will go exactly as the others.
Meaning?
When all the drama has come to an end, the Eagle Seers and the Six Fords are still going to hate each other. Nothing will change that. As for my niece, she won't do anything she doesn't want to. I'd feel sorry for Modern, if he wasn't a Sixford.
So why so hostile to Sixford anyways?
This isn't the time or place for such talk, outsider. Not with the Chief of Chiefs looking on.
So is anyone gonna tell me why they hate each other so much? Is it like the Hatfield McCoys here?
If I hadn't heard the Chief of Chiefs' words with my own ears, I'd think this another trick of the hated Sixfords. Still, you have your task, outsider. Get on with it already.
So you don't seem happy about this.
What's to be happy about? I'll abide by the Chief of Chiefs' counsel, but I can't imagine a blood bond between us and the Sixford clan. I just hope the lad's worthy of Eslin. If not, he won't last much past the ceremony, if I know my daughter.
Tell me about your daughter then.
Eslin's my one and only. She's got 4 older brothers, but she's the fiercest child I've ever whelped. Eagle Seer blood runs strong through her veins. Thank Ball. Modern needs to mind their edges. Not that the Sixfords give much mind to anything.
Like boss, so she's like, it's a Mog Paul clan here. So why don't you and Chief Sixford get along?
That has nothing to do with you, outsider. Do as the Chief of Chiefs bids, so we can get on with this.
We're gonna find that one side is like cannibals and the other side are like danger worshippers or something.
The Chief of Chiefs is allowing you to go to the handfasting cave? Outsider, when you see Modern, no, forget I said anything.
Is there something you want to tell Modern?
Yes, no. Give Modern and the Eagle Seer woman your blessing, outsider. Just as the Chief of Chiefs instructed. Each of us have a part to play in this fiasco, including me.
So you opposed to this?
Opposed? Look, Modern and I grew up together. I want what's best for him. And now I'm binding him to some Eagle Seer hellion, and I've said too much. Go.
The childhood friend.
Give your blessing. Let's be done with this.
She totally wants him. The childhood friend that's been pining for his love for the longest time, but now he's getting married off. Chief?
First, the Chief of Chiefs demands I offer my son to the cursed Eagle Seers. Then she involves an outsider in the matter just to shame us. Very well, outsider. Offer your blessing to my son and the Eagle Seer sow, so we can finish this.
That's not very nice. You don't seem very happy about this.
What should I be? Not only am I forced to endure the presence of the Eagle Seers, I must allow my son Modern to marry one of them. The Chief of Chiefs asks much of us, but I will not let my son go unattended.
Tell me about your son, then.
Modern is an adequate scout, but he's a sorry hunter and an abysmal fighter. I suppose if there's any good in all this, it's that Chief Eagle Seer is fool enough to accept such a poor match for his daughter.
So why don't you get along?
That is none of your business, outsider. I am here and doing as my Chief of Chiefs demands. Let us leave it at that.
It's none of your business, but go tell our kids that you have her blessing. It shouldn't sound any different than other Nords. I do think they need to sound different than Nords. They are Reachmen. They are a different race entirely and a different culture entirely. But the Scottish accent, I don't know. It throws me off because I've never heard it before. Great. They left. Nice. Chief of Chiefs Canner. We're sorry. We understand you hope to accomplish, but we can't go through this. Esther and Bernard. They agreed. They are Nords with the North Southern Reach.
Chiefs, please. The outsider. I'll speak to you over here.
I feel like Reach are distinctly different than Nords. But that's me.
Is it done, outsider? Did you offer your blessing to the intended couple?
Essel and Meriden weren't in the cave. I found this note, though.
I can't read those infernal scratchings. Only Chief Eagleseer and his daughter bother with such things. What does the note say, outsider?
It's addressed to you. It says, "We're sorry we can't go through this."
No, this is unacceptable. This handfasting must take place. I need you to find them and bring them back, outsider.
Why is it so important to you, anyways?
You see the animosity between these clans. They have fought and spilled each other's blood for generations. I finally got them to agree to a compromise. A bond of peace predicated on the marriage of Eslin and Modern. Please, you must find them.
I'll find them.
They must have gone north. Otherwise, they would have had to pass us, and we would have seen them. Search the area to the north of the ring and track them down. I'll keep the chiefs distracted. Thank you for helping with this.
What if I can't convince them to go back to the Holder Ring?
Remind Eslin and Modern what's at stake here. They both understand what this feud has cost both clans, what peace would mean for us all. They are young, their blood will cool, and they will see that coming home is the only wise action.
Alright. They ran away from home, I guess? Dyed feather with intricate carving on the vein. Typically worn by Reach folk of higher status. Too far. Big pile. Blue bead. Small bead covered with blue stone. Rid of those would be reach and courtship rituals. We found a feather, we found a bead. Found some platinum. This is what I like about Procurity here in this this mod is the fact that you can see their pets, but you don't see the people. But it works. I wish they'd make this a main feature, just to be like, okay, suppress other players so I don't have to see them inside of my my questing. We're hitting the edge here, right? We go to the top here. I think this is the small pouch. Warrior stone. Homicide stone in the sigil of the 6th Ford clan. One side has been rubbed smooth. Watch of rust spun cloth. These have been dropped in haste. Thing's leading me up this way.
We have
There
to
we go.
stop dropping things, Dalt.
Quiet, Estlin. Someone's coming.
Hey. What's up?
Why are you following us, outsider? We may be young, but we're still warriors of the Reach. You won't find us to be easy prey.
Chief of Chiefs, Kaner wants you to come back.
Aye, I'm sure she does. But I'm not going back. Not while the Chief of Chiefs and my father plan to marry me off like some imperial princess.
So you don't want to go through the handfasting?
Look, I don't even know if I want to marry at all. And my father and the Chief of Chiefs parade me around the Reach, saying I'm to be wed to a sod I've never laid eyes on before. Madaern has his own reasons to shirk the handfasting, so we both ran.
So what about the feud?
It's not fair of them to put that responsibility on our shoulders. It's a worthy idea, but why do we have to be the ones to carry it out? I won't be forced into a marriage because our people can't stop killing each other.
I see.
This whole situation makes me so angry. I don't want to talk to you anymore, outsider.
Why were you selected?
Didn't the Chief of Chiefs tell you? I'm the daughter of Chief Eagleseer. Or I was. I have half a mind to exile myself and cut all ties to my damned clan. I tell you, I won't be the barter that ends the feud. I won't. Yeah!
A lot of angry words, but
This
not
may seem
really
like the perfect spot to
inflected that way.
ambush us and take our belongings, outsider, but don't let the desolation fool you. Our clan warriors are hiding right behind those rocks. So, what do you want from us?
All your stuff, put it on the ground. I'll take it now. No. The Chief of Chiefs want me to get you back to returning to the handfasting. So, can you do that?
I don't like breaking my word to the Chief of Chiefs, but I can't go through with the hand fasting. I can't marry Esselin.
Why not? Like, are you attracted to your childhood friend there?
I'm already pledged to another.
Uh-huh.
Drisen of the Sixford clan. Before her brother died, I promised I would marry her and look after her. How can I break one obligation to honor another, even for the sake of our clans?
Did the chief of chief know that? Know about that?
No. We did our handfasting in secret. Drisen is a good woman. There's little love between us, but I gave her brother my word before he died. And Esselin clearly doesn't want to marry me. I want to end this feud, but there has to be another way.
What can you tell me about the Sixth Ford and Eagleshire clans? What is this feud about?
This feud is older than these crags. I doubt anyone knows its cause.
A Vatishran might know. They keep the history of the clans.
If we learned the reason for the feud, maybe we could end it. Then we wouldn't need the damned handfasting.
A Vatishran named Barth visited the Sixth Ford once. My father spoke highly of him.
I know that name. He visited us too. He has a camp in the hills southeast of here.
So you probably caused it, right?
Asking the Vatishran about the origin of our feud, that's as good an idea as any. At least it's better than this handfasting. I just hope he's still using the camp near here.
So did you get to know Vatishran during the handfasting?
With a father as fierce as Chief Sixford, I expected Modern to be a mighty warrior. He seems nice enough, but more like a hare that some witch turned into a human. His word is his bond, though. That's something.
So do you think the Vatishran will be able to help?
I didn't meet him when he came to see the Eagle Seers, but he's a legend, I know that. The elders were talking day and night about how the Great Bath was coming to visit to learn our stories. They couldn't think of a higher honor.
Okay.
It's a thin hope, but if we can find Barth, he might know more about the feud between my clan and the Eagle Seers.
Did you get to know Esselin?
Even before all this, I had heard of Chief Eagle Seer's daughter. Fair as a rose and just as thorny. But we did get to know each other in the cave. At least a little. She's smart, passionate, fiery. I can respect that.
So why'd they select you to marry her?
As much as my father might wish otherwise, I am the son of the Sixford clan's chief. It was the chief of chiefs' idea to connect our clans through a handfasting. If I weren't otherwise obligated, I might do this to end the feud. Perhaps.
Tell me more about the Vatishran then.
His name is Barth, a living legend from what the elders say. I only got a glimpse of him when he visited our clan before my father, and the clan elders sent me away. He was interested in hearing more of our stories, I think.
So there's a feud for some reason, but we don't know why. I and Vatishran Barth. Okay. Really tell me where to go, though. Oh, way over there.
This is his camp, but where's the Vatishran?
I don't like the look of this.
Large book. Knobby stick. Wooden stick covered in knobs. Seems well cared for.
That's the Vatishran Shillelagh. He wouldn't just leave it behind.
Shillelagh? A dagger. Dagger made with the chipped flint. Sort of whorl pattern was carved along the blade.
That's a Thornwood's clan knife, used for dark magic. The Thornwood clan uses the ruins over the hill.
Their witches must have taken the Vatishran. We have to help him.
Without weapons, we'll just get in the way. A friend here will need to rescue the Vatishran.
All right. Guess I'm going in. Yeah, yeah. Your quest will have to wait.
Damn the Thornroot clan. Damn them all.
Damn them all, yes.
Aye. So far, so good. But what will the hybrid...
Off we go. Oh no, we're down here at the enter in. Over and over. There we go. In the crypts.
You there? Help me, please!
Sure.
I don't know what you're doing in this terrible place, friend, but would you oblige an old man and undo these bindings? Those damned hag ravens were talking about flaying the skin from my bones.
Sure, I'll tell you.
Ah, that's better. Now, could you help me get out of here?
Escort and safety, okay. Yep, here we go. Whee! My escorting abilities consist of just running away.
Never thought I'd be so happy to see a gate in all my years.
He's just hobbling along.
Thank you proper.
Come on. You can make it. Almost there. Fine, exactly.
Ursin's Hind, I appreciate the help, Wanderer. I'm in your debt. Are you in the habit of wandering into dangerous ruins and delivering old storytellers to safety? Or was there something you needed of me?
Can you tell me about how the feud between the Eagleseer and Sixford clans began?
Well, that's an oddly specific request. Most people prefer the tale of Red Eagle's final hours. Why does an outsider care about the feud between two minor clans of the Reach?
I'm helping both of these clan members trying to end it. So they won't have to get married, hopefully.
Ah, so this is about the handfasting at Throldan Ring? Eslin of the Eagleseer and Medeirin of the Sixford, if I'm not mistaken. You saved my hide, so a story's the least I can give you. But, not here. Let's do it back at my camp.
Be you there.
You go on ahead. After all that running and sneaking, I need to catch my breath. My camp is up on the ridge, to the east.
How'd you know about the handfasting anyways?
I'm a Vatishran outsider. Knowing what happens in the Reach as well as the practices of its people is my duty. It's me and my kind that bring tales and tidings to the clans of these hills.
Yeah, Vatishrans are kind of like a combination between a bard and a librarian. A barbarian. Oh, fuck, you're right. A bardarian, though. A bardarian.
You're lying. You stole the cow from the Chief of Chiefs.
Ball take me if I speak untrue. She was stone drunk. I plucked it.
A six-forward and an eagle seer, yammering away like a couple of jackdaws. Now I've seen everything.
Vatishran.
Calm yourself, lad. Your friend here told me what you and the lass are thinking.
Okay, what are you two talking about?
It's good to see the Vatishran safe and sound. Now let's ask him about the feud and how it began.
Glad to see you rescued the Vatishran. You handle yourself well, for an outsider. Let's see what he has to say about how our clan started feuding.
I really do like this camp. Perfect location. I expect I'll have to move, though. Can't depend on outsiders delivering me from the Thornroot Witches again, can I? But before I move on, I owe you a tale. About the Eagle Seers and the Six Fords, yes?
Yeah, so how'd it start?
It's an old hatred. I pieced the tale together during my time with the elders of both clans. Before there was the Eagle Seers or the Six Fords, there was a man and a woman. They loved one another and were promised to wed.
So what happened to him?
They fashioned the lover's coil, a totem of stone symbolizing the spirals of their lives entwining, of their love. But the day they were to wed, the coil broke. They believed it a sign of the displeasure of the spirits, so the pair separated.
Okay, what does this have to do what does this have to do with the two clans?
The man's bloodline became the Eagle Seers, the woman's the Six Fords. The love they once shared festered into hate. Battles were fought. Each clan rallied around a fragment of the lover's coil. Proof, they said, that the spirits ordained their feud.
What caused it to break?
The stories vary, but I suspect the coil simply fell from its mantle. Nothing more than an accident. The spirits had nothing to do with it, I'm sure. A simple broken stone was enough to cause the rage and violence that persists to the current day.
So why did the lovers and clans start hating each other anyways?
Love and hate are both born of passion, outsider. Though they decided their love was doomed, the passion they shared did not simply vanish. But there was only one form left for it to take. Ire, which was passed through the blood.
So, any idea how we can resolve this?
That story, I never heard it before. The elders never talk about it.
What if we tell everyone the story and we repair the coil? Vatishran, the fragments of the coil, what became of them?
The tales say they were lost at the battles of Carthspire Lee and Fowlon's Ire.
I know
Fetching.
Fowlon's Ire. I'll look for a fragment there. Our friend can search Carthspire Lee.
Alright, Eslin. I'll escort the Vatishran back to Herolden Ring. Eslin's plan's a good one. I don't like her going off on her own, but she can take care of herself. I'll make sure the Vatishran gets to Herolden Ring, then I'll go to Falinzar and help Eslin. If she needs it.
So you're worried about Eslin, huh?
Worried? No. Whatever gave you that idea? Maybe. You spend your whole life believing one thing about your clan and something totally different about the other. Then you talk to her. She's funny, bright. She has hopes and dreams. She's not a monster.
So you like her, huh?
Yes, but not like that. I don't think. Look, let's just find the fragments of the Lover's Coil and put an end to the feud, alright?
Alright. Eslin?
See if you can find the fragment at Carthspire Lee. I'll look at Fowlin's Ire. Meet me there when you're finished. I never imagined an outsider would go out of their way for us. Part of me wonders if this is even worth all the trouble.
So you don't think we should end the feud?
No, I mean, yes, of course I do. I'm adamant about not letting my father or the Chief of Chiefs marry me off. But Modern, he's not what I imagined when I thought about the Six Fords. He's different.
So you like Madurin, though?
We got to talking. Murdern's got a good mind, a good heart. Look, it doesn't matter. He's already promised to someone else, and we have a feud to end, so let's get on with it.
So who do we think that who do we think they're gonna end up with here? Like, somebody is gonna be spurned here, right? Digging up graves. Digging up graves. They're gonna go for each other in the end after we put all this work into it. Welcome back, Hamburger. Withered piece of carved stone is a clean break in one side. The spiral pattern is chipped on the surface.
Where are you? Eslin. Outsider? If you're here, then that means... Oh, but darn you fool!
What?
I ran all the way from Herolden Ring, only to realize I'm in the wrong place. Damn it all! I was supposed to be helping Eslin, but I might have gotten the two places mixed up. Serves me right for trying to accomplish anything with a muddled head.
So you meant to go to Frolston's Ire?
Indeed. I was worried about Eslin. As soon as I settled the Vatishran at Herolden Ring, I set out to find her and make sure she was alright. Of course, leave it to me to forget which battlefield she actually went to.
So you're worried about her, huh?
I suppose I've grown to care for her a bit.
After
talking we did at
a day.
Vatishran's camp. It doesn't matter. Enough of that. There's a favor I need of you, outsider.
And what's that?
If something's happened to Eslin, I won't make it in time to help her. I'm too winded. So I must turn to you. Find Eslin in Fallon's Ire. Make sure she's alright. I'll follow you as quickly as I can.
So you're fond of her now?
I didn't know her when this all started. Then I came to know her wit, her laugh. Any soul with a heart in their breast would grow fond of those, even if they shouldn't.
I feel like the childhood friend was put in there just to give you conflict enough to choose between one or the other.
Outsider? Oh, perfect timing. I could use your help. I found the fragment, but can't get to it. A giant made camp right on top of it.
Eslin!
Madarin? What are you doing here?
I had to make sure you were unarmed. I'm glad you're safe.
I ran into a bit of trouble, but I'm better now.
I guess I was worried for nothing. It's
Yep.
the strangest thing. I felt such a strong need to be at Eslin's side, like something put a hook around my waist and yanked me all the way here.
This is the passion they were talking about.
I'm familiar with the old cairns in these hills. When the Vatishran mentioned the coil fragment lay in Farland's Ire, I knew it had to be here. The giant is a problem, I'll admit, but you've proved yourself quite capable. I'll wait here with Madarin.
So you're sure the fragment's there?
I've run these peaks and valleys since I was a lass. I knew the cairn marked some old battle, just never gave it much thought until the Vatishran story. It has to be there.
So you seem happy the Murderan's here.
Do I? I suppose things feel a little less lonely with him here. Why shouldn't I enjoy it? While it lasts, at least.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing. Forget I said anything. We came here for a specific goal. It's time we get to it.
All right. overboard much, maybe? Yeah, who cares? Lover's coil fragment. A weather piece of carved stone. It's clean break on one side. Spiral pattern is chipped to the surface. Found in Furta's Iron. Alright. Are we gonna come out? Are we gonna come up over the ridge here and like find them kissing and like? Okay, no, I guess not.
Well, you made quick work at that. You already found the cold fragmented Karthspire Lee, eh?
Mm-hmm.
All that's left is to go to Hroldan Ring and see the end of this.
Where's Murdurian?
I sent him back to Hroldan Ring so he and the Vatishran could gather what they need to fix the Lover's Coil. I told him I'd wait to make sure that you got back safely. Speaking of which, can I ask why you came? How did you know I needed help?
Oh, Murdurian asked me to come. He tried to find you at first, but went to Karthspire Lee by accident, so.
I thought so. Outsider, forgive me for laying my burdens on you, but it's been nagging at me for a bit now. What if everything we're doing isn't worth it? What if Murdurian and I just went along with the handfasting?
But you didn't want to be married off, huh?
I don't. But maybe I could, if it were him. I know what my heart is telling me. I'm falling for Murdurian. I'm a true fool for it. Especially after starting this whole mess. But I know he's already pledged to another. I can't tell him how I feel.
What do you want to do?
We ought to stick to the plan. We have both fragments of the Lover's Coil. I'll take them to Hroldan Ring and get them repaired. Then we can end the feud and be done with all this. You go ahead. I'd like a moment to myself.
Seem conflicted.
I'm just confused.
Uh-huh.
My mind and my heart are telling me two different things, and I've never been sure which is the smarter of the two. I'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about.
Well, people already they were already talking about how this wasn't going to solve the feud, how this hand fasting wasn't going to like cure the feud. So maybe this will actually do something better. Uh-oh. That's a huge pig right there. Ribs.
And so, the hatred between your two clans was born of a twist of fate, the shattered Lover's Coil. But today, Madaern and Eslin have restored the Lover's Coil. Let their efforts show that you need not continue this quarrel.
Thank you for the tale, honored Vatishran. We will discuss this. Eslin Madaern, wait in the handfasting cave. Outsider, I bid you stay.
I'll just rest my haunches a while, if it's all the same to you. Chief Eagle Seer and Six Forward are about as friendly as I remember. Talk to the Chief of Chiefs, outsider. Everything depends on what she decides, after all.
Mm-hmm.
That story. There's so much to think about now.
If I knew we were to wait here this long, I'd have brought more provisions with me.
Yep.
The Chief of Chiefs keeps us here like prisoners. And how dare the Vatishran share the tales our elders told him in confidence? If this keeps up, I won't be held responsible for my actions.
Why do you give a shit? Seriously.
What games are the Vatishran and our children playing at? I don't like this outsider.
You don't like the fact that we're like ending the feud? Like everyone wants?
Where in the mirror's hide have you been, outsider? You were supposed to fetch Eslin and Madaern and bring them back quickly, not entertain this wild endeavor. The chiefs are about to come to blows as it is.
Adam.
What's the meaning of the Vatishran's tale?
You didn't listen to it? So we're just trying to end the feud without having to have the hand fasting.
With what? This? Lover's Coil? They are fools to think that all the problems of the Sixford and Eagleseer clans can be solved by restoring some dusty relic.
But they prove there's no reason to have the feud in the first place.
Maybe not, but these clans have spilled each other's blood for generations. No relic from some bygone age will stay their weapons. The handfasting can end this violence today. Now, go give Eslin and Madern your blessing, so we can get on with this.
There's much I need to discuss before I can make a decision here, though.
Spirits take me. This is what I get for involving an outsider. Fine, but be quick about it.
Madern can't marry Ezran. He's already secretly promised to Tarzan.
The fool. That's a strange match. I knew they were childhood friends, but marriage? What else did he tell you about it?
Say he did it as an obligation to his brother.
I see. I'm sure Drazen believes it's real, regardless. Still, without the chief's blessing, it's not binding. Madern may not like going back on his word, but perhaps doing so will give Drazen an opportunity to find someone who truly loves her.
That's a good point. What do you think about Ezran and Myrden's wedding? Like, do you really think this is going to end the feud here?
I do. Try to understand, outsider. The hatred that runs between these clans is more than just habit. They cannot simply douse their anger after hearing some story. If the wedding doesn't take place, they may never trust enough to try again.
Okay.
There's no choice to be made, outsider. The handfasting needs to happen. It's the only way. The sooner you, Eslin, and Madern understand that, the better.
I'll convince them.
Good. You had me worried there for a moment, outsider. Now go. It's time we present the couple to their chiefs. Then we can put this whole business behind us.
What happens after I bring them here?
I'll say a few words to conclude the handfasting ceremony. And then the Sixfords and Eagleseers will depart for their holdings to plan the marriage. It will take place before the season ends. I'll see to that.
Do we still just, like, combine the relic? I did go to the trouble of bringing those two items together, right?
I saw the Chief of Chiefs' temper rise, but she's calm now. I don't know how you figure into these happenings, outsider, but I don't like it. This is clan business. You shouldn't be involved.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Just when things were starting to get interesting between you and the Chief of Chiefs, you calmed her down. Whatever it is you're up to, outsider, remember, the Eagle Seers are watching.
Remember, I can kill all of you right here.
Something has gone wrong. I can sense it. This must be your doing, outsider. I knew it was a mistake to involve you in our affairs.
Aw, out more.
I heard you mention Madern. Please, whatever you're planning, don't make him suffer.
And we'll go back in and find out that they're making out.
You're back? What did the Chief of Chiefs say? I could see it in all their faces. They weren't moved at all by the tale of the Lover's Coil. After everything we've done. You spoke with the Chief of Chiefs. What did she say?
Chief of Chiefs said that you should still have the hand fasting.
Well, the good thing is that prospect is not nearly as nauseating as it was earlier today. Getting to know Madern helped. And I want the bloodshed between my clan and the Sixfords to finally come to an end. But there's Madern to think of.
What do you mean?
I've fallen in love with him, outsider. I won't deny it. But the vow he made to Drazen, to go through with the handfasting, would mean he'd have to break his promise to her. It'll hurt him badly. If I truly care about him, I can't allow that.
I'll talk to him about it.
Let's get to the end of this then. For good or ill.
You ready for what comes next?
I think so. I'm just worried about Madern. If we're to be married, I don't want there to be any guilt. Before we complete the handfasting, I just want to thank you for everything you've done. Your heart is of the Reach.
I don't know how much longer we can wait here. Did you discuss things with the Chief of Chiefs?
Yep. You're gonna have the hand fasting.
I think that is what my heart wants too. The more I sit here and think about it, the more foolish this plan to defy the handfasting seems. But I made a vow to Drisenne. What kind of man would I be if I can't keep my word?
She deserves better than an obligation here, yeah.
Perhaps you're right. Drisenne will have a better life if she's allowed to follow her heart. It's not fair to stay with her just because of a promise I made ages ago. She deserves more than that. I'll do it, outsider. Even if it may hurt her.
You ready for what comes next?
I think I am. Drisenne is strong. She'll be alright. And when we're finished with the handfasting, the Six Fords and Eagle Seers will know peace. That's what's important.
Yep. We're gonna go now? Alright, go.
Ah, here they come. Let us complete the rite.
Oh, he's so despondent.
Modern of the Sixford, will you take up the vow of marriage?
Aye.
And you, Modern Sixford?
Aye.
Then the hand-fasting rite is complete. Now, we've a wedding to plan.
Modern, what becomes of us now?
Oh. Off she goes to make a new clan that hates everyone.
I followed my heart, and the feud is done with. Thank you for your help, outsider. This is a triumph. I only hope Drisenne can forgive me, that she someday understands that a life with me would not have filled her heart as she deserves.
Do you regret it?
Perhaps I should, but I don't. Speaking with you helped. I can see a future for Drisenne that gives me hope, and I see mine with Eslin, and that makes me hopeful as well. It was a hard choice, but in the end, I'm glad I made it.
We did it, outsider. It's funny. All that time we spent trying to thwart this plan, only to go along with it in the end. Love is a strange force, isn't it? I only hope Modern has no regrets. I know it wasn't easy for him to go back on his word.
You have any regrets?
Part of me feels foolish for agreeing to a marriage I fought so hard against. But no, I don't regret it. There will be peace now, and Modern is a good man. I just hope he will see me with love, and not as a reminder of guilt as we go forward.
So Eslin did allow herself to be saddled with the Sixford lad. They both look happier about it than I would have expected.
Eagleseer?
Well, that went smoother than I expected. It certainly took long enough, but I suppose the end result is worth it. Still, the sooner we leave this place, the better. I do not enjoy time away from my clan holdings.
Sixford.
My business here is concluded, outsider. My clan has new allies now. That'll take some getting used to.
Mm-hmm. Chief of Chiefs?
It's a near thing, but the hand-fasting is done. Now there can be peace between the Eagle Seers and Sixfords. Thank you, outsider, for your part in delivering this.
Grislin?
To say I did not think this would happen would be a lie. But I still must take time to deal with it. I think I need to be alone now, outsider.
Well, you're single now, so you wanna go out sometime, maybe? Justin?
Peace between the Eagle Seers and Sixfords at last. I know it's not what these two originally intended, but given the way they look at each other, it seems fitting. I feel for the lass Modern was to marry, but rich folk are hardy. She'll be fine.
Did you think the hand fasting was the right thing to do?
I cannot say, outsider. Though I must have spun 100 score tales in my lifetime, I don't have words to answer you. It is up to Eslin and Madeira now. Many lives will be saved because of this handfasting. We can take solace in that. Pride, even.
Mm-hmm. Lead it.
Normally I'd tell you to offer congratulations to the happy couple, but this was a strange affair all around. Hopefully their newfound affection for each other won't falter when they have to return to their holdings.
What will you do now, then?
I have not been to the ring in some time. I'll learn the tidings from across the cracks. If you find anyone in need of a Vatishran, send them my way, aye?
Alright. I almost half expected to Dreslin just like throw herself off a cliff. It'd be like, everyone's just like, oh, she'll be fine, and you like find her dead body later.